We are into the home stretch of the ICC World Cup preparations, and India are left with 5 ODIs while Australia are left with 10 ODIs. But with Australia surprising India in the T20I series, has the dynamics changed for both the teams heading into the ODI series? I'm Vineet Ramakrishnan with James Alter for Cricket Country. And Jamie, has the dynamics changed after that 2-0 victory for Australia?
I think it has, because look, Australia, as we all know, have really struggled across formats for the last year. In fact, in ODIs, they've not won a series now for over 2 years. In T20s for a year, and in Tests, they just keep on losing. Don't look too much into the 2-0 win over Sri Lanka recently. So when you're down on your luck, when you have players like Stephen Smith and David Warner not around, we have injuries to 3 major fast bowlers. Aaron Finch, your captain, cannot buy a run. Against that backdrop, to come to India and beat India 2-0, very short series, but all of a sudden to have that advantage going into a very crucial 5-match one-day series, it could potentially give Australia the flip they're looking for after a very poor last 12 months in ODIs.
And looking at the recent form of both the teams, India, of course, they beat West Indies at home, Australia in Australia, New Zealand in New Zealand. They are on a roll.
Look, India are ranked number 2 in ODIs. Very little separates them from top-ranked England. They're playing at home. Virat Kohli is in form, Rohit Sharma is in form. So pretty much it's all working for them. They have very good fast bowlers. But again, how much can we look into the past when it's a series? 5 matches left before the World Cup. India or the form team. I think Australia are ranked number 6. So on paper, it shouldn't be a big contest. But like the T20s prove, on your day, if Glenn Maxwell pulls out something special, India could end up losing 2 matches. And when you're down 2-0, the team which is the underdogs now are on top, and things will really change. But I think more importantly, the fact that India only have 5 ODIs and Australia have 10. Very crucial for India to iron out a few kinks and a few selection dilemmas for them as well.
Selection dilemmas. Speaking of selection dilemmas, it's a happy dilemma in a sense when you see someone like KL Rahul, the backup opener who doesn't really get many chances in the ODI format, really doing well and coming into form, really threatening the place of someone like, let's say, Shikhar Dhawan.
Look, Shikhar Dhawan has not had the best of times in ODIs. He gets the scores, but he's again the same habit of falling for 28, 34, 44, not getting those big innings when it counts. And when I say when it counts, I mean overseas. It's all good scoring big 120s and 140s in Sri Lanka, but overseas, not getting big scores in Australia and New Zealand would probably have dented his confidence. Very interesting option, KL Rahul. Ostensibly, he is the 3rd opener for the World Cup. Had a few problems with his Test form and then that off-field controversy, but he's back. Got 2 very good innings in the T20s against Australia. Should ideally be the man to replace Shikhar Dhawan if either during this series or in the World Cup his form gets worse. But that said, the openers for now will be Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, Virat Kohli at 3, number 4 Ambati Rayudu, Rishabh Pant, Dhoni to follow, Hardik Pandya not playing enough. Hardik Pandya will be the all-rounder. So how Rahul fits in still is not certain. But yes, if he gets a few games here, scores runs, he could really push Shikhar Dhawan out of the 11 come the World Cup.
And also a problem area, so to speak, for India is that number 5 position. Dhoni, yes, he is there, but he's in that territory where you cannot criticize him. Even if you do, you're getting trolled. So Dhoni, you're not really speaking much about him. But Rishabh Pant, the last T20I series, even he's been getting opportunities. He has not been able to seize those opportunities, and same is the case with Dinesh Karthik as well. So that 5-6 is still a worrisome area for India.
Look, I think Rishabh Pant will be the backup wicketkeeper for the World Cup. Most likely, Dhoni after the World Cup will take a call on his career. Has very little more to prove right now. He did score a lot of runs against Australia in that 2-1 win, so he showed that on the day he still is important for India. But I think Rishabh Pant, more than the keeper, they need to play him as a batsman. Is he going to bat at 4? Can he be a floater? Can he come in 3, 4, 5? The team needs to have options, and in that sense, Rishabh Pant's recent form is really not too promising. Again, young guy, in and out, not playing for a settle run in India. In India's team could have an impact, but for me, it's the issues to sort out are getting KL Rahul into the 11, Rishabh Pant, where does he bat, and then the fast bowling combination. Until Mohammad Shami came into the reckoning a few months ago, he was nowhere on the radar, but here he is at a very good time in Australia and New Zealand, and he could also push Bhuvneshwar Kumar out of the starting 11 come the World Cup in May.
And for Australia, again, it's just a struggling team. As you said, 4 ODI series losses in the last 2 years. Nothing's going right for them, especially for Aaron Finch. He cannot buy a run.
Aaron Finch cannot buy a run. We saw him bat at number 3 in the T20s. Problem again is that moving ball. It's almost as like Shami, Finch, Shami, Bumrah, and Bhunesh know exactly where to pitch it. And again, you need your captain scoring runs. Australia, let's not forget, are the defending champions. Steven Smith and David Warner may come back, but right now so much of it is on Finch. And Australia really need Finch to score runs in these 5 ODIs and against Pakistan in the UAE next month. So that come May 30th when the World Cup starts, their captain and opener and vital leader is back to form.
And also in the middle order, you will have the experience of Sean Marsh and Usman Khwaja and the ODIs as well. But there's an opportunity for the bowling in the bowling department with major injuries to Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazelwood, gives an opportunity for someone like Jai Richardson, who has done really well and can really push for that name in the squad for the Australia series.
I think someone like Jai Richardson in a short span of time has become a frontline bowler in ODIs and T20s and also made his test debut last month. So again, here with no Starc, no Hazelwood, Kane Richardson also now has gone back. So really a good performance in India could pretty much seal Jai Richardson's spot at the World Cup.
And that's about it from us. India versus Australia 5 ODI series. India looking to piece that final piece of that jigsaw puzzle. Australia struggling, need to find momentum, can take heart from the fact how they performed in the T20I series. Would be a cracker of a series, we would hope.